The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Salem Media of Hawaii.
Welcome to Generations Radio, where the focus is on our seniors and their families. We are here each Saturday afternoon from 5 until 6 p.m., bringing you resourceful information with our radio team of professionals in the field of aging. Stay with us for the next 1 hour as we explore different ways to make life more exciting and meaningful for our extraordinary seniors. Right here on AM 690 The Answer. And now, here is our host and the publisher of Generations Magazine, Percy Ihara.
And welcome back to Generations Radio. Hope you're doing well. And I always tell people, live well, as always. Healthy aging is probably one of my key mantras, or what would you say, Chaz, my favorite line, or when it comes to how do you live your life? It's just basically live well. Carol Kai is a longtime friend of mine. We talked about one day doing a show, and we want to know what do people want to do, and it's basically the mantra is just to live well. And as we get older, I'm 57, and as you age, I golfed yesterday with a bunch of guys, and they're probably gonna hate me if I tell them. A lot of them were over 70. A lot of them were like 60. I was like the youngest, second youngest. The next guy was like 48. And everybody, the younger guys, me and this other guy, Brad, we listen to these older guys talk about, Viagra and talking about prostate cancer. One guy came over, he's still golfing. He had a stroke. I don't know how this guy golfed. He barely moved his right arm. But I give him a lot of props for coming out and getting out in the sun and walking. And it was a great, great time. And I love being around this guy because I see guys I want to be like. I see guys I don't want to be like, So it's interesting, guys. And thanks for listening to all the baby boomers. And I thank to Mike Buck, who really helps promote the show every Saturday and Sunday. That I know for a fact we're getting a lot of younger people, 50 years old, 60 years old, still taking care of their parents, even 75-year-olds still taking care of their parents, looking for information. And that's why I like, when I heard about this topic come up several months ago from my friend Haunani about a conference in Waikiki, well, actually not, just like Kapilani at the conference center about regenerative medicine. I was like, wow, that sounds like a word that I want to know about, because I want to stay healthy and young and live well. And so I found out more about it, and they were saying, oh, maybe not be for older people. I said, well, our demographic is 50 to 60 to 70 and 80. So I got a call from Francesca, thanks her so much, and he said, maybe they want to come on your radio show. So today we have Bryan Avery from the Pacific Regenerative Medicine Conference here actually next month. And I'm telling you, this is pretty neat stuff there, Bryan.
It is.
Thanks. Welcome to the show, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
So you've been in Hawaii a while, but
I have.
Give us your background.
Well,
listeners like to know who we're listening
to. Originally from Canada, and my wife and 2 children came here in 2004.
That was a no-brainer, huh?
Yeah, it was. It was. And our kids went to Mid-Pacific Institute. And
are you serious?
Yeah,
I'm an alum of Mid-Pac.
Oh, are you? Okay.
All my boys in my family are Mid-Pac alums.
Nice.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
What year did she graduate recently?
Well, let's see. It was 2008 was when our youngest was finally completed, and he went to the University of British Columbia. But he wanted to go to mainland USA, so we went to look at different colleges, but he just fell in love with the campus at Vancouver. And I know a lot of people from Hawaii visit Vancouver.
Oh, I've been there.
Love Vancouver.
I've been there.
So he just fell in love with it. And he's
still
there. He's still there.
They have a cool mall underground.
Yeah.
It's like the size of Ala Moana Shopping Center.
It's amazing.
It's
a beautiful city.
I got lost in there. Yeah. You have no... All you have is walls when you're on the ground, so you really can't see any mountains or like us. We go Ever side, Waikiki side, Diamond side, but there, like you can't tell because they're all walls. Yeah, I got lost in there.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Well,
it's
good
a really good place. Yeah.
So you've been in Hawaii a long time.
Yeah, I came here and I started at the medical school teaching anatomy to the medical students, and then I went on to teach for speech pathology students as well at the university. And then on to KCC teaching nursing students anatomy. And right now I'm also teaching at the University of Phoenix. So the nursing students with anatomy, cell biology, chemistry, all the basic sciences. I just love it.
Well, I'll tell you, we need more nurses. You know that, right?
Yeah, we do. And we need for them to stay, not just to go off and do it. But so, yeah, I know that this conference, the hopes that what I'm looking for is to bring that knowledge to our medical community and our students so they can see the future and stay here at home and help with all the shortages that we have and our aging community. Yes, go off and get education if it's not at University of Hawaii and you find somewhere else that you want to go, but you can come back. But we need to bring that technology and keep that technology and brains here in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, we need that. 60% of all nurses in the state of Hawaii over 60.
No.
60% of all the nurses. So use that stat.
I had no idea.
I got it from the University of Hawaii Nursing School.
Wow.
Dr. Clem. And another 10 to 15% are over 50.
Really?
So in 15 years, 70 to 75% nurses in the state of Hawaii have been retired.
Wow.
So young guys like Chaz over here is going to need to go, where's my nurse going to be?
Yeah.
I'm 57. I just bought long-term care insurance.
Right.
But when you think about it, if there's not enough nurses, there's not enough CNAs, certified nurses aides, to take care of you down the road.
Yeah.
So your program is just perfect. We got to stay healthy.
These are great. Yeah. The programs that they have here are just wonderful. And we do have, it's not even just, local kids going to that program. We're actually bringing in people from mainland Canada that are coming to the program. So we do have a lot to offer, not just paradise, but also the education and a reason to stay in Hawaii.
Well, I live in the East
great
Coast.
Family place.
I lived in West Coast. I lived in Korea for a year. My dad was military, and I'm telling you, I'm from Hawaii, so I'm kind of biased. There's not too many places I would want to live outside of Hawaii,
No, I hear you. Yeah.
But
it's a great place, and the regenerative medicine fits into that, because if you look at just the definition of it, just loosely, regenerate. A lot of people see that or feel that when they come to Hawaii, not just physically, but also mentally or even spiritually, if you will, that they do, gain new energy, a new zest for life. So it has a natural healing property to it, but let's bring in the science and really, capture that.
Well, you can exercise all you want, but you still need to have some good, dietary supplements.
Yeah.
I drink a specialized water called Kangen water, which I love.
That's good.
It's Kangen water is one of the best waters you can drink.
Really?
I get it this service the other day, and it puts back antioxidants inside of it, makes a perfect pH balance,
Right.
And it's well, your body's 80% of water. Is that what they say?
Yeah. A
So
little more,
people, I don't worry about heart attacks too much. I'd rather die of a heart attack than live slowly into Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Stroke, that's all the same thing. So really the only other issue is Alzheimer's, which can't do anything about it right now, or cancer. And cancer is caused by all the stuff you put in your body.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and the thing is, like with this regenerative medicine, there are things that can be done to either prevent these disorders that you're just talking about or push them way down the road.
Right.
Because a lot of these diseases are caused or at least lead because of cells that cannot regenerate. They are injured and they don't have the properties to then turn themselves back on and become healthy. So regenerative medicine is a way that we can, kickstart some of these cells that have lost their way and regenerate itself back to a normal state.
Yeah. So all our baby boomers listening, you better pay attention because, in fact, the public can come to the conference too.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
It's November 6th and 7th.
It's November 6th and 7th. That's
Monday,
a Monday,
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
So if you're retired, it's perfect.
Yeah. And they can come on the Tuesday or on the Monday, actually. Sorry, to see our keynote speaker, he's a wonderful person, and that's Senator Dr. Josh Green.
Right.
And he's giving our keynote, and that's free and open to the public.
What time is that going to be at?
That is going to be later in the afternoon, at 3 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can attend it.
Yeah, so I wanted to make sure that, people could get off work, later in the day and come see him. The students can be there. And we're opening this up to all the high school STEM students for free.
Wow.
For their chaperones, for their parents to come as well. And we're also giving very large discounts to the STEM students at all the universities to come, because what I want for them to do is come and see what does this branch of medicine have to offer, so I can stay here and help my community, especially with the aging population.
Well, as you know, we lead country in aging, and I think it's really important that, that's why I tell people this all the time. Most Medicare plans have a free 24-hour fitness, silver sneakers, or the YMCA. Yeah. Why? They don't want you in a hospital.
No.
They want you to stay healthy.
No.
But I am seeing a lot more talk and because I hang out with a lot of 50-plus-year-old guys, and I play a lot of sports myself, and I've had injuries over the last few years, and I'm trying to find ways to stay healthy because I still want to play. But we all need to start understanding that science is a big part of aging, isn't it?
It is. And it is, like you kind of touched on it, it's education. We need to take the time to really learn a little bit about these things. Like with regenerative medicine, I know that term sounds a little foreign. It is young. The term was really only coined in 1992.
Really?
And the practice of that, or at least the actual research that's going into regenerative medicine, didn't start really till the mid-90s. So it's coming into the mainstream because it's the combination of sciences where basic science is accumulating knowledge just for knowledge's sake, not what's the application to that. Whereas regenerative medicine takes that knowledge on the bench and then applies it to the bedside. How is that going to help our patients? And so with this regenerative medicine, we need to educate the public so that we can then ask our healthcare workers here in the state to bring this to Hawaii, to be a practitioner in regenerative medicine, because it's going to help everyone, all ages, not just elderly, not just the young, but everyone. It'll get them off of injuries, get them back to work if they've been injured, and it gets people off painkillers, so it's good for pain management. It has far-reaching implications, and also it will have a huge implication on our healthcare dollars. It'll decrease the amount of money that's spent on healthcare.
But the insurances have to be able to allow a discount or
That's right.
Allow them to prescribe that, and they cover it. Do they cover any of that now?
It's slowly happening. We have one speaker coming in from Arkansas. His name is Morgan Pyle, and he's been working with the state, and they've enacted state law now where they're actually using a pilot project covering the state employees and state teachers with regenerative medicine therapies and treatments as a pilot project to show that it works. Then they will release it to their entire population. So it is being done
In Arkansas?
Yes.
But isn't Arkansas like I hope don't get mad at me,
No,
but
no.
Isn't Arkansas like one of the unhealthiest states?
I'm not going to comment on that. I don't know for sure. I've not seen the states.
I know some of those places down there. I hate to say that, but I think that would be great for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so I know if people are listening, like I listen to this show, trying to hear what we do, and I'm always passing on to a lot of our friends. And so you're talking about regenerative medicine. So you're talking about supplements?
No, no. Supplements, can be a portion of that if it's a biologically active type of a supplement, as opposed to some of the supplements out there that aren't accredited or reviewed by FDA standards. Everything under regenerative medicine is peer reviewed, is reviewed by the Federal Drug Enforcement Agency. So it does have clear impact and implication into people's health care. So supplements that have been approved either by GRAS, which is generally reviewed as safe, or FDA approved, yes, those are definitely part of regenerative medicine, because what that does is the biological active molecule activates our own healing systems for our body to heal itself. And that, in a nutshell, is what regenerative medicine is about. Instead of having some invasive procedure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't want that.
No. And have this done this way. Can you imagine in the future, and this is the hopes of regenerative medicine, where there's no waiting list for organ transplant.
No waiting list.
Where you could take your own cells, grow in a petri dish in the lab, the islet cells, or the cells that actually make the insulin in the pancreas, have that transplanted back into you. No more diabetes.
Wow.
This is the promise of regenerative medicine, is taking the ability to engineer and replicate tissue from your own body and then transplant that back into you so your body can heal. If your body can't heal itself, we can do that. And it's happening now. Right now, they're able to actually take tissue from your body and engineer it in the lab and duplicate a bladder and transplant that into a patient.
Have they done that already?
Yes.
Really?
No rejection, no wait list for
Where
people.
is this at?
This is happening on mainland USA.
Oh,
yeah.
well, got to bring it here.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I want to bring that here instead of waiting 20 years for everyone to perfect it on the mainland, I think that Hawaii can lead the way. And this will bring all the technology and brain power here to, make that foundation so strong and stand up all these pillars.
You got to get that local kidney foundation involved.
Yes.
They're part of the magazine. I actually have talked to several people over there. They're building a new facility out in Kapolei.
Okay.
A $12 million facility out in Kapolei.
Right.
But you got to get them involved. Maybe you got to invite them.
Yeah. Well, organ transplant is the procedures are young. Like 54 was the first time anything was done. I think that was a kidney transplant. So regenerative medicine and organ transplantation are one in the same. The next step is to regenerate and grow your own kidney from your own cells and have a tissue bank so that if you do have anything failing, it can be replaced. If you have a heart attack, we can grow the muscle cells, replace those cells onto the heart of the damaged area, and now your heart is fine. That's regenerative medicine. Wow. And that's what our speakers are going to be speaking about at our conference.
Well, I heard somebody say the other day online that, and it's a very well-known expert on aging, that says there's somebody on this earth that's going to live past 125, 130.
Well, you look at the Okinawan diet, you look at their longevity, they're already over 100. So to shoot for 100, 112, 120 is not far. And there's a lot of technology out there that is extending our lifespan. And Hawaii can be a center of excellence for anti-aging, given all the technologies and the companies here that are working on it.
Well, that's one of the things that we were talking to David and Randy from Santosin, is that we would like to see that, and I can help them do that with the magazine. We like I said, we do an Aging in Place conference every year. Next year, we're doing one healthy aging conference. I think October, November. Right. But I mean, I've been playing sports since I was little, and I'm still playing today. I played golf yesterday. I got 2 games on Sunday, men's softball, and I have a bad ankle, so I'm always looking at things, acupuncture. Yes. I bought one of those teeter-totter things, step up, lie down. I take supplements. But it's really important to get that out there. So let's go back to the conference. The conference is Monday, Tuesday. Yes. What times do it?
It actually starts 8 o'clock. We do open the doors. We have breakfast, and then the conference starts around 9 a.m. And it goes till maybe 4:30, and then we have pauhana and networking. Hopefully we'll have some students that'll present some posters of their research so that they can talk to all the industry leaders and look for their new job. So
you're looking for students,
professionals, active physicians, surgeons, researchers.
What about like retirement facilities, nursing facilities, things like that?
Oh, for sure, because for all of those allied healthcare workers to come in here so they can see what's coming down the pipe. Where is these therapies going, and how is that going to impact my career and my patients? And what do I need to look out for so I can now educate myself so I can help my patients?
Okay, so next year, since it's too late now, next year we got to put you in a magazine because we are direct mail to every doctor's office in the state.
Oh, fantastic.
There we go. And they're in fact, some of our doctors get it at their home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they would send a subscription in and said, Dr. So-and-so. I said, we get him a copy. And our salesperson goes, no, it's going to his house.
Really?
Really? I said, wow. Yeah. So sometimes I see them not in the doctor's office, they tell me because the doctor took it home.
Yeah.
Or the head nurse took it home. Really? We have a lot of great information on healthy aging. That's one of the things that we're trying to be proactive about versus reactive, because you can only talk so much about cancer and kidney disease and Alzheimer's. Right. We got to get them to stay healthy and stay alive a lot longer. But really, it's understanding that exercise and like this regenerative conference. So professionals, so there's a fee for the professionals and the students, right?
Yeah, and it's nominal fee for students, $45 for university students to come.
Wow, that's for 1 day or 2 days?
That's for 2 days.
2 days?
That's breakfast, lunch, dinner, the pauhana, everything. You
lose money on that.
Yes, but they're the future, aren't they?
Oh, I really believe that. Yes. I mean, we have to. Like I said, all those nurses are going to be retired in 10, 15 years. We got to get the younger people in. Yeah. And so you have workshops all day long, and then we'll get into the speakers a little bit later on. So the second day is the same thing?
Yes.
Much?
Yeah. And the second day, the first day is going to be looking at a lot of the regenerative medicine science and the application, some clinical aspects. The second day, we're actually also going to be focusing on medical tourism.
What's that?
Well, medical tourism is, by definition, is where people leave their home state and they go somewhere else for medical treatment and then come back home. And so it's an industry that is over $100 billion a year. It's growing by 25% every year. And Hawaii gets a very, very, very small fraction of that because we haven't organized yet into a medical tourism state. So we talked just a few minutes ago about the Center of Excellence for Anti-Aging. So that's one pillar that we could stand up as a place that we could attract people from not just the Pacific Rim, but around the world to come to Hawaii for treatment in anti-aging. Or it could be in autoimmune, such as diabetes. And we could offer that. So the conference is going to be bringing together a lot of the industry leaders. So it's chaired by Sherry Minora McNamara, who's president of the Chamber of Commerce. And we have Morgan Pyle, who's coming in. So we have around 7 or 8 other panelists that are from the community that are going to talk about it first thing in the morning. What does it mean? What does medical tourism mean for Hawaii? Is it just bringing tourists here? Well, no, it's not. It's bringing people here for medical treatment in regenerative medicine, in immunotherapy, whatever. We need to decide what that is. And what that does is that raises it. That's like water. It raises all the boats. So that will create a better scenario, a better arena for our own population to get even better access to healthcare and quality of healthcare.
Oh, yeah. I think, well, they should live here because the University of Hawaii did a study several years ago about Japanese living in Japan, living in Hawaii, Filipinos living in Hawaii, living in Philippines, and Chinese, and everything, all the other ethnic groups.
Yes.
And they all lived longer in Hawaii.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, the number one reason why, on Oahu only, which is true. Anywhere on this island, we're only 20 minutes from hospital.
Hey, that's critical.
So
it truly
that's why
is.
they live a lot longer. But that's one of the major factors. It is, you know.
It is.
But I think it's really important. So, I mean, we can get it out there to all the facilities. I mean, I think you sent me a flyer or something like that. I'll try and see. Yeah. We can put it on our Facebook page. But this is really important stuff.
It is, and this is the first conference of its kind here in Hawaii. They have stem cell research type conferences on the mainland, in Australia, in Europe, but we haven't had a regenerative medicine conference here. Now, regenerative medicine is a very large umbrella. It has many facets of research underneath it. And so I did that on purpose because it's our inaugural year. I wanted to bring everyone under the tent for our first year. Next year, we can start to focus on a few areas that really will help Hawaii stand up and stand out as, you know, a destination of choice for not just medical tourism, but healthcare for our own people.
So is the state helping out at all?
You know, the state really is. The Hawaii Tourism Authority is supporting us as well, not just because of the tourism aspect or that medical tourism aspect, but they see how this is going to advance our medical education and therapies for our own local population, but will also bring in new people that have not had an opportunity to come to Hawaii for healthcare reasons, stay, recover, and go home, and then come back for vacation when they're healthy again. So the state of Hawaii as well, we have the Senator, Dr. Josh Green, who is our keynote speaker, so he's very supportive of that. And also Senator Glenn Wakai is very supportive of what we're doing as well. He's really excited about it, and Brookwood as well.
Well, they definitely are a little more forward thinking than a lot of the politicians out there. They're always looking at opportunities. Yeah. So that's really good. So I guess you're going to give me like a discount or a pass to come.
Oh, sure. We can talk about that. Sure.
Because I know I'm looking at my calendar right now to see whether I have that date available, because I think you know, like I said, those guys from Xanthos and Carter, I said, talked to me about this a while ago in Haunani, and like, well, it sounds interesting, but I've got such a busy schedule that I didn't get to take a chance to look at it. But I'm looking at it like, wow, this is something really neat, Brian.
It is. And, you know, we're offering, you know, the Kaimana discounts for everyone here locally, exhibitors as well. So it's not expensive for exhibitors. So if you're a company out there that wants to get a product or material in front of these physicians or visiting researchers that are coming to Hawaii, it's a great opportunity, and it's so inexpensive.
Yeah, I think, well, you know, one of the things that we've been involved with is Alzheimer's here in Hawaii, and it's just, I didn't realize the place up at St. Francis, the Hawaii Pacific Neuroscience Center, they're one of 10 in the country that does clinical trials.
Oh, really?
On Alzheimer's specifically.
Well, that's fantastic.
So that,
and did you know as well that today there's a person walking around that will be the first person cured of Alzheimer's. That's
I
how
hope
close.
so.
That's how close we are. And the research that is happening in stem cell research is leading the way in regenerating that area of the brain that will help eliminate it. Now, when I talk about stem cell research, I do want to qualify it. This, when I speak about it, it's adult-derived stem cells, not embryonic stem cell research.
You have to clear
So
that up
embryonic
for me.
stem cell is very controversial. That's where an embryo is used, and the stem cells are harvested from an embryo and used for research. Now the research and the knowledge has gotten so far advanced that we can harvest our own stem cells from adult bodies. So there's no controversy around that any longer. So we can harvest stem cells from our own fat, which a few of us have more to offer than others.
Oh, yeah.
And also we can derive it from our own bone marrow as well. And that's the building blocks for the new tissue that we need, or at least the therapies needed to help boost our immune system.
Oh, yeah. So you have Bradley Wilcox speaking.
Yes,
right?
Dr. Wilcox is speaking.
Oh,
yes.
he's good.
Yes, and he will speak to the longevity of what we were talking about a little bit earlier ago, because of the FOXO3 gene that he helped discover, and also show that if it's active, then you have an increased probability of living a lot longer than if has not been activated.
Well, that's one thing I've been learning. Like I said, I've been taking the xanthocin as well, and it's learning a little bit more about rebuilding the cells, anti-inflammatory issues that
So critical.
It's so, especially at my age, I'm realizing that I played a lot of sports growing up, and my body slowly, not wouldn't say breaking down, but taking longer to recover. And I play with a lot of guys at different teams all year long, and we always talk about that. And I see them slowing down or not playing anymore. I said, you can still play, you just got to take care of your body better and maybe look at some of these supplements. I think water is a big component of that as well, but anti-inflammatory, and almost none of them take any supplements. Really just natural athletes, but their bodies are slowly breaking down.
Yeah.
I was actually supposed to be in Vegas when they had a big shooting, because we have our big world championship softball tournament in Vegas.
Yes.
And the 50-plus category, I couldn't go that weekend. Thank God I didn't go. But but all these guys slowly, as they age, and 50 is not really that old now when I think about it, because I know a lot of guys still active and hitting the ball far at 70.
Yes. Yeah.
But they're slowly not realizing this, and I think that's one of the things we got to get the public to really start talking about, thinking about, looking at these supplements and this regenerative medicine. Yeah,
because inflammation is the key.
That's the whole thing.
It really is. It either will prolong recovery, or it actually will lead to disease states later on. So if we can, sort of intercept that before damage is caused, then we can prevent some diseases from developing. If there's been injury, or if there are some diseases that are already in progress, taking this product will actually help heal that patient. So you're totally right that we need to educate the public on the availability of this type of product, and also with the types of treatments out there, and regenerative medicine is one of them. Yeah.
So at 57, my age, when you say to help them prevent or delay having health issues, what about something that somebody already has, like a shoulder? I've had 2 shoulder surgeries.
Yeah.
And what about heart disease and things like that down the road?
Yeah. Well, in general, I can speak to that, because each individual patient will have different needs, but usually after a trauma, and surgery can be considered a trauma, especially when you're entering a joint and doing some manipulative work. There is going to be inflammation following that. So taking these supplements that can help reduce that, but also minimizing any side effects, which xanthocin does, will help increase your recovery probabilities, and then also prevent any long-term injuries that could happen because of the fact that you've been battling with inflammation, working through pain. Decreasing the inflammation is very, very important to get into place.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think of it that way. It still amazes me that even my parents who take supplements, but very minimal, besides the regular medication, they're in their 80s. But my dad's still playing tennis 3 times a week.
Yeah.
89 years old.
Yeah. That's and the thing is, the old adage, you move it or lose it, and that's the thing. If you can stay active, and there are these medications or supplements out there that'll help, and that do not have all these negative side effects, then by all means, you should use it.
I saw one of your speakers, Rick Fried.
Yes.
What's he speak about? Healthy aging?
He's speaking in the function of being a panelist. He's on our panel for regenerative medicine.
He's one of the best tennis players in the country at his age.
Yes.
You know that?
It's amazing. I've seen it. It's amazing. And so you can see why he's gravitating towards this. And medical tourism, to bring that to Hawaii, is so important for him. Yeah.
Well, I think he's a great example, and I believe he's still playing. I don't know how competitive he is anymore, but I think he won the national doubles at 60, maybe 50-something. I'm not sure. He's like that.
Well, they had the HTA had their Global Tourism Summit just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, my wife was there.
Yeah, and I ran into Rick. He was just leaving, and he said that he was going to play tennis. So he's still playing.
I'll tell you what. I'm a baseball guy and other sports, but I did play for a while. My dad said, "Here's a racket for Christmas. We're going to start playing." I didn't really play. And I played. I did pretty well. Then I hurt my shoulder playing baseball, so I stopped playing tennis. But I definitely want to go back into that. But anyway, we're here with Bryan Avery from the Pacific Regenerative Medicine Conference, happening on November 6th and 7th at the Convention Center next month, November. So for your students or retirees or people in a medical professional field, probably want to check this out. It's pretty cool stuff, even if you just want to stay healthy. It's really good, but you have to educate yourself before you can really understand all this stuff. So we're going to take a short break, Bryan. We'll be right back.
With Percy Ihara from Generations Radio. If you have any questions or want to be part of our discussion, give us a call at 296-5467. That's 296-5467. This is Generations Radio on AM 690 The Answer.
Moon Physical Therapy is here to help you back to recovery. Moon Physical Therapy is located on Ward Avenue across from Sports Authority. Physician prescribed for motor vehicle accidents, workman's comp, or that body pain that comes from rushing to play without warming up. Also event cardiopulmonary rehabilitation with our one-on-one patient care. Moon's Aquatherapy heated endless pool allows for low-impact exercise with less pain on land. We will give you the right exercises to get you back to health. Ask your doctor to prescribe Moon Physical Therapy. Moon Physical Therapy. We achieve results.
Kaiser Permanente presents a Medicare Moment.
Are you turning 65 this year? Wondering what you need to do and know before signing up for Medicare? There's an overwhelming amount of information out there, but where should you turn for help? For answers to these questions and more, tune in to my show, A Medicare Moment with Martha, Saturdays at noon and Sundays at 9:30 a.m. on AM 690 The Answer. Each week, my guests and I will help you navigate through the A's, B's, C's, and D's of Medicare. I'll also interview representatives from Kaiser Permanente about Medicare eligibility, health trends, and more. If you have questions about Medicare, be sure to tune in for helpful information, resources, and insights from some of Hawaii's top Medicare professionals.
This Medicare Moment has been brought to you by Kaiser Permanente, who reminds you to tune into the Medicare Moment with Martha radio show every Saturday at 12 noon and Sunday at 9:30 a.m. on AM 690, The Answer.
Oahu's newest senior living community, Ilima at Lehano, is now open in the heart of Kapolei. Within this beautiful new community, offering independent living, assisted living, and memory care, you will experience a feeling of ohana that provides a sense of community and peace of mind for our kupuna. A range of spacious apartment styles are available, from large studios to spacious 1- and 2-bedroom plans, most with a large private lanai. Be one of the first to call Ilima your home. Visit ilimaatLehano.com or call 674-8 8022.
Got Vegas on your mind? Get Vacations Hawaii on the line. Vacations Hawaii offers weekly 4 and 5 night Honolulu to Vegas packages, which include 3 meals daily from $6.99. Stay at Hawaii's favorite casinos: California, Fremont, Main Street Station, and Orleans Hotel. Vacations Hawaii will get you there in comfort on deluxe wide-body 767 planes with complimentary in-flight hot meal service. Vacations Hawaii's frequent flyer program gives you future travel discounts and credits. So if you're ready to win big, call Vacations Hawaii at 591-4777 or visit pointVacationsHawaii.com.
Today, more than ever, we local people are living longer than any other state in the Union, with more seniors, baby boomers, and caregivers. Generations Radio promotes the importance to be proactive as we all age. The radio team will focus on issues facing our seniors and their families, finding resources to navigate healthy aging along with financial, legal, and caregiving information. So join Percy Ihara from 5 until 6 each Saturday, right here on AM 690, The Answer. Focusing on the issues facing our seniors and their families today. Here's our Generations Radio host, Percy Ihara.
So welcome back to Generations Radio. As you guys know, we just started Generations TV on 0616. And as you guys know, all those shows are on channel 12. But we still keep the OC16, Spectrum OC16. So thanks to them. Our show runs 7 days a week, 7 times a week, It's every day but Sunday, but twice on Thursday. And so Wednesday nights, 7:30, that's my main time that we're on. And I think you want to check that out because we're getting a lot of views. In one day, 50 people viewed it here in Hawaii, online only, really? Which is like, wow, really? Yeah. But yeah, it's a great show. Thanks to my producer, Ron Darby. And very soon, Eric Bathan, who's going to be helping out with the show because we do 13 shows a year. And so check it out. I'm trying to pull up now which days they're airing. It's I know it's Thursday. It's actually, if you pick up the October-November issue featuring a very well-known nonprofit here called Project Donna. It's on page 14. So let's see here. So actually, Friday was at 9:30 this morning. 9:30. Saturday's 2:30. Monday's 5:30, Tuesdays 9 a.m., and of course 7:30 on Wednesdays. Thursdays is 1:30 in the morning if you're up, and 11:30 in the morning. So various times throughout the day. If you just go to our website, generations808.com, right in the middle there of our website, you can click on that and you can watch the television show. We're going to archive all our shows, and somebody asked me today, every show we're going to run a new show every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks you'll see a new show. But a lot of times you may not have gotten it the first time, so they go to our website and they can watch it at their own pace, stop it, replay it, whatever you want to do to take a number or listen to a comment, because a lot of great information. As you guys know, Generations Magazine was started to be a resource in the community, and we definitely have gone very far with that, especially like at a radio show. And so now we have TV. Our Facebook page has been up and running for about 3 months now, where we do post about every other day. Just look for Generations Magazine. And so our website as well. Average viewer to our website reads 5 to 7 pages.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's amazing.
That captures them. Good.
Well, we have a lot of resources.
Wow.
Every past magazine is on our website. Mm-hmm. And you can go to the issues tab, and you can actually look at all the past issues that we ever did.
I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah. From our first issue with my buddy, the late Kirk Matthews. And it's really important. So right in the middle is our TV show, and our radio show's on the right. So we archive all of them. Very soon, actually like next week, we're going to start a blog. So look out for that. And then we're going to partner with our Facebook page. And then by the end of the year, early next year, we're going to have a very robust calendar where people in the aging world can actually post directly to our calendar. Oh. So when this comes up, there is no really calendar in the state of Hawaii that gives all these different conferences, workshops. So like yourself, Brian, if you ever want to have an event coming up, we'll put it on our calendar. We can push it out through our Facebook, because we're a multiple platform today with TV, radio, print, website, and social media.
Yes. And
it's really important because everybody receives different information different ways.
Yes.
Some love to read. That's why we're a magazine. We're growing. Mm-hmm. In a TV show now, people love to watch it, and I love 0616, so they do a great job. But check it out, Wednesdays, 7:30. What did I tell you? Go back to that again, real fast, so I can let you know, because people have been asking me, and I have to take a picture on my phone and put on my phone. Mondays, so start up Mondays 5:30, Tuesdays 9 a.m., Wednesdays 7:30, Thursdays 1:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m., Fridays 9:30 a.m., and Saturdays 2:30 p.m. So if you have DVR, if not, just go to our website as well. And then, like I said, on our website, we'll have this radio show on it, archived as well. And what's cool about that is that you're at home. You can actually listen to it on your phone, your mobile phone. Yeah. Wow. Our mobile app has that there. Right. So it's really important. But yeah, thanks to Rose Nakamura. She's the retiring executive director for Project Dana. They're a very well-known, nationally recognized nonprofit. Right. They work through the faith-based organizations, about 40 different entities in the state. Wow. And so they help seniors in their community. And you do not have to belong to the church. It's actually what it is. It's actually church members and volunteers help the people in their community. So you say, well, my neighbor's mother lives in Pro City. Mm-hmm. Well, find out which organization in Pro City, and you call that person. Wow. And so it's a great organization. They're growing, and actually they're going to be featured on a Generations TV show next month because they're looking for more volunteers, especially on the neighbor islands. Right. What's unique about the neighbor islands is that a lot of times people will move away, college, and never come back. So there's mom and dad as they age, and they have nobody to take care of them or watch them or take them to the doctor. Like Oahu, we have a lot of that. So thanks to Rose and Cindy Osajima, who's taking over, who has taken over October 1st of Project Dana. So we've been very supportive, and they're great people to work with, great organizations. So don't forget, check out Generations TV and then also our Facebook page. So anyway, we're here at Bryan Avery from the Pacific Regenerative Medicine Conference here next month, November 6th and 7th at the Convention Center. And for students, it's a great bargain because you get breakfast, lunch for $45 in 2 days.
That's right.
That's amazing. Is that holiday time? Is that a break? Is that for students?
No, it's not.
You got to take off school?
No. Next year it's going to be Election Day. It's November 7th.
Let's not go there. There's too much stuff going on. It's going to be a tough race. Yes. But anyway, if you want to listen to Senator Josh Green, he's been a great what do you call those guys that hold the torch up?
He is a good leader, I tell you. He's an advocate for so many good causes here in Hawaii. Homelessness, for one, but patient care and advocacy, that's his wheelhouse right there. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see him at governor at some point, I'll be honest with you. He's still young. Well, he's still young enough too, that's why. He is. But anyway, back to the conference. I'm really getting interested because I'm always thinking about ways to stay healthy. Okay. Whether it's the phytin ban or Kangen water or xanthocin. Right. I'm always trying to find ways to stay healthy, and I'm trying to get my 67-year-old friends that I play with to do the same. Right. But guys, it's just different. It's just I don't know what it is.
Nothing wrong with me. I'm okay.
Well, you're younger than me probably, but anyway, so some of the speakers, I've been looking at this list. So just go to the website. Now, Brian, correct me, it's Pacific Regenerative Conference.com.
Yeah, Pacific Regenerative Conference.com. That's right.
And so the speakers, besides Senator Josh Green, who does a keynote at 3:30 Monday, you have a few, actually many speakers here. Let's go through some so we can find out what's going on. So the second guy here I've listed here is, do you know about this guy, Bob Manga?
Yeah, he's from Vancouver.
Oh, he's from Canada.
BC, yeah. Oh. Yeah. He reached out to us. He goes all over the world to talk to physicians. Now that they understand regenerative medicine and they have an idea that, hey, I can put this into my practice, he talks about the business side. Okay, what does this mean for your business? How can this help you not just have a successful business as a practitioner, but by extension, that helps your patients because you want them to come into your office less and less.
That's what people don't get. You don't want to go to the doctor.
That's right.
And that's why Medicare has all these free 24-hour fitness or the YMCA or silver sneakers because they don't want you there. Yeah. But I definitely think, even with our magazine, we definitely see the average 67-year-old, 50-year-old healthier today. Yeah. And we do workshops that are aging in place. We have speakers on healthy aging and physical therapy, and man, the room was packed. Yeah. It was packed. I was kind of not surprised, but we're just seeing a lot more people get interested in that.
And they're looking for the information. Yeah. They are. They're starving for it now. Yeah. So some other speakers that were really interested in coming is this fellow by the name of Jose Manuel Baena. He's coming from Spain. and he's bringing some of his medical devices. And his specialty is, here's a mouthful for you, is 3-dimensional bioprinting. So those are combinations of words that we've heard before. We've heard of 3-dimensional printing, where objects can be created through a computer and a plastic image can be formed. And it's a 3-dimensional
So yeah,
object.
we've heard that, and
Yes.
I'm just a lay person, but so a printer prints out a sheet of paper,
Yes.
flat.
Yes.
So how do you print out like a
Something in
ball
3D?
Or
Yeah.
how does that? What kind, is
So
that a special machine? Printer?
It is a special printer, but the actual inkjets themselves can move into the dimensions. So it's connected to a computer.
Have you seen one of these?
Yeah, I've seen them in action. Yeah, they're just amazing.
They're here?
No, that's what I want to bring here.
That's why I
this
was
is
saying,
the
I've never seen-
technology. Yes. This
What day
should
is that
here.
going to be on?
That is on the Monday, the 6th.
And is he going to be there and show that? Bring the printer? I'm
Yes,
going.
Yes,
I'm going.
Yes. And also on the 7th. So we're going to see it both days. So you won't miss it. So make sure you're there.
So what is he printing?
So what he's going to be showing is once these the cells are actually harvested, what happens is, imagine an inkjet printer.
I've got 3 of them.
You have cartridge with ink in there. Well, you can replace that ink with cells. Okay, and so when that is printed or laid down, you go layer by layer into the tissue form that you're looking for. If it's, if you're a burn victim and you need a skin patch, this printer can lay down the skin cells in the shape that's needed to fix that wound or cover that wound. And that's your own cells, and then the surgeons can transplant it. And they can do that right in the operating room.
Like how quick?
Hours.
So they get a cell.
They can get the cells from your fat or your bone marrow,
Right.
harvest those cells and purify them right in the OR. And then with the printers that are in the OR, they can actually lay it down on a scaffolding that holds those cells and then transplant that onto you. And then after a few weeks, all that's left is your own cells.
So is he going to do a demonstration of some cells?
Yes,
Are
he's
you
going to
serious?
demonstrate how to do that. Because one, this is exciting not just for patients, but also I want the healthcare system here to know that we could bring this here. Also for the researchers and also for our students to know that this is something that they can really aspire towards.
Wow.
Yeah. But, it's not even just skin. They can do this with cornea. They can do it with ligament, tendon, bone, and replace those injured tissues from your own harvested cells. So you don't have to rely on donor tissue. I know someone that had to have a procedure done, and they might have needed tissue that was from a donor or a cadaver. But where does that come from? It would have come from Florida, and yet they're having surgery here. It doesn't make sense when we could do that in the OR here. The cost would be down. The recovery would be sped up because there's no rejection. And you don't have to harvest tissue from another part of the body with an incision. Just with a syringe, you can harvest the stem cells from their fat or their bone marrow.
How Nani had mentioned me a while ago when I first heard about this conference. She goes, there's a lot of cool stuff. And I'm like, she's right. This is,
isn't it?
This 3D thing sounds pretty cool.
She really loves the 3D bioprinting because what she sees is getting on the coattails of the robotic industry that's happening here with high school.
It's huge.
It's a natural extension to that because the 3-dimensional bioprinting is using computers and robotic printers to make tissue that's in 3 dimensions. So the only right now roadblock in the way of making whole organs is being able to create the blood supply to those organs. That's the hard part. But we can create pieces of liver. We can create pieces of the heart and transplant it. So we're getting there. So hopefully students today can figure out that part. Now there's one researcher that I wanted to get here, and I know he's going to be coming next year. He has a solution to that. And he was able to take, imagine this, a spinach leaf that is normally green. All the cells have green chlorophyll inside them. He was able to strip those cells out of that leaf, leaving just the veins behind. So it looks like a skeletonized leaf. So those are empty, hollow veins. And in those spaces, he was able to transplant cardiac cells. Wow. And they started to beat. And they started to function as a heart. And they used the venous supply from that spinach leaf to keep the cells alive. So we're getting very close. He's from Pennsylvania. So
it's in the U.S.
So yes, so it's happening. We have maybe 8 or 9 viable companies on the mainland that are looking at 3-dimensional bioprinting, but it's at such an infant stage. I would envision that Hawaii could be the leader in that field because this is a natural laboratory. We have the Pacific Rim to pull, researchers from, even patients, and also our own population that we could treat, and we could lead the industry and the world in this area.
Well, absolutely. I think it's something that. So, University of Hawaii helping out?
No, not right now. They are doing some research in that area, and hopefully with their partnership coming into our conference this year, that those types of research initiatives will spring. Yeah.
Wow, that's great stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's really important. Well, like I said, getting the kids involved because STEM is huge in Hawaii.
Yes.
I mean, every team my son has played sports on, there's probably 2 or 3, 4 people that play sports, but also can't make a game because they have to go to a contest or something like that. So what about Bradley Wilcox?
Well, he's going to be talking about a couple of things, the anti-aging and also anti-inflammation.
Isn't he the guy that did the study on aging for the Okinawans?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that the Honolulu Heart Study?
Yes,
I think that's called.
That's the second longest running.
Yes. It's still going on.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where this the FOXO3 gene that he published. That's where that's originated from. That
he's the guy. Wow.
And he found that I guess the results show that in the Okinawan population that this gene is active, and the correlation is that's why they have an extended life. So the xanthocin, and this was released by Dr. Wilcox and also David Wadamo just in the news just a few months ago, was that the xanthocin does activate the FOXO3 gene, which then suggests that it can increase the longevity of your life. And they showed it in animal models to be the case. I think it was double digits in percentage of life increase. And so the next step then is to go into larger animal model and then into humans. So there's a lot of promise there. And that's pure science. That's not hocus pocus. That's not just, put a cream on it and you'll feel better. This is actually changing your biology at the molecular level to increase your life longevity. That's amazing.
Well, what the great part about it too as well, there's minimal risk. Right?
Yes. Yeah. They've tried, to find an upper limit on, any side effects, negative side effects, and they haven't reached it yet. Ethically, they can't just keep going until they cause a problem in an animal, but they can't reach an upper limit right now in its toxicity or in any negative effect. So you can't say, it's 100%. But right now, they haven't been able to find anything.
Right. That's amazing.
That is amazing compared to any other drugs that are on the market right now. What would you rather have? Something that causes 5 or 6 side effects that might even be worse than what you're trying to prevent?
I know.
Or take this?
Well, I'm taking it, so I'm a test of that because a lot of guys my age are slowing down. I'm still hanging, at least as long as I stay at that 50 level. Yeah. Once I start reading 60, acting like a 60-year-old, no. Yeah. So I'm going to try to stay at 50 level. Okay, but anyway, Brad, we got to run. So any last comments about the conference this next month, November 6th and 7th?
Yeah, it is the 6th and 7th, and I would really like to invite everyone to come to the conference because I want them to be able to see and network with all these international speakers that are coming, so that we can start to learn what the future looks like for Hawaii, for our healthcare and our aging population.
Yeah. Well, all our local doctors, if you're retired, I know about 5 retired doctors that are staying healthy, and they're starting to read the magazine, starting to learn about things. They want to stay healthy and stay young themselves. So I thank you very much. Pacific.
Thank you.
Regenerativeconference.com.
That is correct, yes.
Good. Yes. Appreciate it, Brad. Like I said, we're here every Saturday from 5 to 6, Sunday from 3 to 4. Otherwise, go to our website, generations808.com. This will be up in about a week or sooner. So anyway, don't forget our Generations TV that's on almost every day. You can go to our website as well to watch the most recent show with Ilili Community Center. And a really cool story about it was called the first big men's club called the Men's Shed.
No.
First in the U.S. There's 2 more that just opened up. But in Australia, there's 1,000. Around the world, there's 1,000.
Really?
Our
I
local
gotta check
guy,
that
our
out.
local guys are starting to learn about. Hey, let's go hang out with another guy. So,
Yeah.
anyway, thank you very much, Brad. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Anyway, don't
Appreciate
forget every Saturday from 5 to 6, Sunday from 3 to 4 on here on AM 690, The Answer. Aloha and live well. That's right.